Today, the story we're going to be telling is about Gonjiam Mental Hospital, very well known through a film, but today we have made our own story concerning this whole theme and topic. And if you guys are ready, I am ready. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Here it goes, part 1. Fog lay thick over the road like a shroud. Trees stood like tall black skeletons around the remains of Gonjiam Mental Hospital, its broken windows staring like hollow eyes. A small car rolled to a stop in front of a rusted iron gate. Inside the car, Ajon checked his camera battery again, his eyes locked on the decaying building ahead. Broken roofs, smashed windows, ivy-like veins choking the walls, and next to him, Jiun sat stiff, her flashlight clutched tightly in her hand.
This place looks worse than the videos.
Yeah, that's the point, right? Real horror always looks worse in person.
I don't want real horror.
They stepped out of the car. The moment their feet hit the ground, the air shifted. Colder, heavier. The sound of the world dulled. No birds, no wind. Only the low hum of tension. Ajon pushed open the front gate. It groaned like something waking up after years of sleep. They walked through. The gate slammed shut behind them, hard.
That was not the wind?
Ajon did not react. He didn't want to show any fear. They walked the cracked path up to the entrance. Black mold spread across the building like bruises. The door was crooked and swollen. It took Ajon 2 solid kicks to push it open, and inside was pitch black. The smell hit them immediately, thick and sour, like rot metal, and something worse, something old, something dead.
Ew, what is that smell?
The entrance hall was destroyed. Ceiling tiles hung loose. Rusted furniture lay twisted on the floor. A wheelchair lay tipped over in the corner like it had been thrown. On the far wall, a message was painted in deep red. 그 여자가 아직 여기에 있다. She is still here.
She is still here? Nice. Creepy welcome.
Ajon, let's go back. Seriously.
But suddenly, behind them, something clicked. They walked deeper into the hospital. The hallway stretched like a tunnel lined with doors that gaped open like mouths. The paint on the walls blistered and peeled like infected skin. But one room caught their attention. A soft sound from inside, a whisper. Jiun froze.
Did you hear that?
They stepped into the dark room. It was a patient ward. 5 beds, restraints still hanging. The walls were covered in long scratch marks, nails dragged deep into the plaster. Jiun turned towards the mirror on the wall. Cracked down the center, she stared, and then she gasped.
Don't move. Don't turn around.
What do you see?
A woman in the mirror behind us.
Ajon turned around fast. Nothing. He pointed his flashlight into the corners. Empty. But in the mirror, Jiun could still see the woman. The woman still stood, hair long as dripping wet, skin gray, her eyes black holes, leaking something dark. Her mouth hung open wider than human. She wasn't breathing. She wasn't blinking either. And then, she moved.
Why did you abandon me? She's talking to me.
What are you talking about? I can't hear anything.
And then, they both heard it. They rushed down the hallway, their boots slamming against the wet floor. The deeper they went, the colder it became. The shadows were thicker there, wrong, alive. At the end of the hall was a door. The number plate hung upside down. Room 402. Before he could touch it, the doorknob turned on its own. The door swung open, and inside, the light barely reached the walls. In the center of the room stood an old bathtub filled with black water. Something was floating in it. Something pale, something moving. And behind the tub, she stood. The woman from the mirror, head bowed, hair dripping. As they stared, her head jerked upwards, like her neck snapped. Her face was pale, twisted, mouth open in a silent scream. Her jaw cracked wider. Her bleeding eyes locked onto none other than Chun.
You. It was you. She knows me. She sees me.
Blood started to drip from the ceiling. The light bulbs burst one by one. The ghost began to crawl forward, her limbs bending the wrong way, bones cracking loudly.
Chin, run!
They turned and ran. Flashlights bouncing, lungs burning behind them. The door to room 402 slammed shut. The hallway trembled with each slam of the door behind them. Flickering lights cast long, twitching shadows. June's flashlight bounced as she ran, heart pounding.
She's right behind us.
They shoved a rusted stretcher aside. Metal screeching, silence fell. Too sudden. Ahead, the wall seemed to pulse, breathing like lungs. From the vents, a broken lullaby whispered.
Sleep now, my child.
Suddenly, every door slammed shut at once. The sound was deafening, closing in.
She's haunting us.
A scraping noise grew louder. They sprinted towards the only room that had its door open, and inside, a sink filled with blood rippled unnaturally.
This is where she died.
Her flashlight flickered and died. Darkness swallowed the room. Wet breathing sounded behind them.
Chin, get back.
But she was frozen, staring at a mirror. Her reflection did not move. Then it screamed silently. Suddenly, the ghost appeared in the room behind them, crawling like a spider, limbs snapping unnaturally.
She's coming!
Ajon and Jin quickly bolted out of that room, looking behind them. In the panic, they quickly jumped into another room and slammed the doors behind them, catching their breath. As they looked up from the group after catching their breath, they realized.
Hey, John. How did we get back here?
The door to room 402 stood like a dark wound. In the middle was the bathtub. Inside the bathtub was filled with black, still water. The smell hit them, sharp and rotten. Suddenly, the water moved. From the darkness, the ghost rose. Her skin was pale and stretched tight. Eyes hollow, bleeding black. Mouth opening wide in a silent scream that echoed inside their minds.
You're not supposed to leave. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you.
The ghost's face twisted with rage and sorrow. Suddenly, shadows burst from the walls, reaching for Ji-eun. She screamed, a raw, terrible sound, as the shadows wrapped around her, pulling her towards the bathtub. Her body went stiff.
Jin, no!
He lunged to grab her, but the ghost's grip was too strong. She was dragged into the dark water. The bathtub bubbled red as she disappeared beneath the surface. Silence. Ajon stumbled back, choking on the cold air.
Jin?
Only the faintest splash answered him. The door behind them inched open as if it released its grip of the caged room 402. Ajon slowly walked outside the hospital. Not a sound, not a word. She knew Ji-eun was gone. As he walked closer to his car, a whisper caught his attention.
Why did you abandon me?